Wizards of the Coast has just announced a new astrologically based set of secret layers. And at the same time, they have fundamentally changed how secret layers operate. And understandably, this has led to a lot of questions from the player base.
Magic.
I am a wizard!
History.
I'm an old wizard!
The magic historian.
My bones hurt. Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. My friends, I hope the day finds you well because we have gathered to talk about more secret lair action, and admittedly, a little bit ahead of schedule in terms of what I was expecting. I did make a joke last night in the live stream, which I do usually nightly on this channel, saying, hey, it looks to me like we haven't gotten a secret lair already this year, so one must be coming soon. And lo and behold, we're only a few days into the year, and here we are. An entire series of 12 secret lairs has been announced. I was not expecting that. So, as I said, these are astrologically based. Let us start out by taking a look at the first one we're being shown for this month, which is the secret lair Capricorn. All right, so up on the screen, you're going to see a swamp that is based on the Capricorn concept. These secret lairs, in one way, are going to be very, very simple because they're going to be purely basic land based. And when you take a look at the artwork, you can see there are probably, if you're somebody who's like really into astrology, you're probably going to be able to pick out way more little aspects here that tie into the Capricorn nature, I'm assuming. I personally am not really into astrology, so for me, it's really just going to be a matter of how much I like the artwork for these particular lands or things like that, because I've never really put much stock in astrology, right? It's just something you see in the newspaper where they're like, hey, if you're mean to people, things might go bad, you know? So the horoscopes to me is not really something to go by. But either way, you're somebody who likes that stuff, this kind of secret lair is going to be right up your alley in some ways. And in some ways, you might run into some weird situations where you go, wait a minute, why did they do things this way? But anyways, when you look at the artwork, the idea, if you didn't know already, Capricorn, the symbol for the Capricorn is a horned goat, right? So you can see here in the artwork, you have the skeleton of a horned goat, which, I mean, I kind of go, wait a minute, like, you're supposed to try and appeal to Capricorns here, right? And you're showing them as a lifeless skeleton. Like, it's an interesting choice. Now, obviously that makes sense from the perspective of a swamp. In fact, if you didn't have that goat skeleton in this, you might not even really think of this as a swamp. You might go, what sort of weird land is this supposed to be? Is that supposed to be like a forest flower growing up? Like, I'm not sure what's in the background there. It looks like a kind of like a knobbled tree. And then you've got some other trees in the background with this big pink sky and kind of sparkling stars up in there. But also, take a look scattered on the ground. You can see there are a number of stones. Most likely those are gemstones of the garnet variety because that is the birthstone color for Capricorn. Woo, I did the tiniest bit of research before I did this video. I saw the red stones and I'm like, you know what? I bet that's going to have something to do with that birthstone concept. So I checked that out. But anyways, this is the idea that they're going with. Each one of the 12 different zodiac symbols is going to be given its own secret lair. But here's where it gets really, really strange to me. So you can see on the screen that we've got a swamp, and you got to be thinking to yourself, okay, this is a basic land secret lair. So why are you only showing me a swamp? Where's my island? Where's my mountain? Where's my forest? Where's all the good stuff, buddy? I don't play black. Well, I got bad news for you, Jack. If you're a Capricorn, you better play black because you're only getting swamps. Instead of doing all 5 different lands, they are literally doing one basic land type per astrological symbol, which boggles my mind. I genuinely don't understand that. Up until now, every single secret lair that we've gotten that had basic lands in it had one of every type, or in some cases, 2 of every type, which you can say, hey, you know what? Like, I like it when they particularly hone in on one land type. If they put 5 swamps in a box, then I can just buy a few of those boxes because I only play black, so I only care about swamps. That's great from that perspective, but that's only maybe 20% of Capricorn players, I'm guessing, right? If 1 out of every 5 Capricorns plays black, if there's an even distribution across the colors, then all the other 4 to 5 Capricorns are not going to have lands in their colors. How can you make the change here? This seems like the craziest secret layer of all, to just go, we're only going to do one type of basic land. Like, we're not talking about Godzilla or Dracula here. We're talking about 12 different things that each apply to different people based on when they were born. The choice to make it one particular land is absolutely mind-boggling to me. Like, how do you justify that as a smart business move? If you did all 5 land types, like, just seriously, why not have 5 secret layers for each astrological type, each astrological sign? Good Lord. I'm getting a little, like, my brain's just kind of melting down trying to figure out the logic behind this. I mean, Wizards of the Coast loves to sell us things. They're announcing a batch of 12 secret layers. Why not go, yo, if you're a Capricorn, you can choose which of these 5 lands you want. You could literally even use the same artwork probably, and most people wouldn't complain. Some people might, but you could literally just go swamp, island, forest, whatever you want it to be, right? And just slap the name on it. Now it produces that type. That's a cheap and easy solution where you don't have to pay for extra artwork. Now, obviously, it's not ideal. The ideal situation would be to do one distinct artwork for all 5 of the different land types, offer one secret layer that has all 5 of them, so you can get one of each land, or offer individual secret layers where you can buy just 5 of each particular land, right? And then do all your bundles and all that good kind of stuff. It seems incredibly short-sighted to me to go, you know what, Capricorns, you're swamps. Okay, guys, you know what, Sagittarius, you're a forest. That kind of thing, right? I mean, that would work out for me because that's my symbol and that's my land type. But either way, it's just absolutely insane to me. And this isn't the only, like, weird thing that's going on with this secret layer. When Wizards of the Coast put this out on their website, there's different, like, the way that they word it versus the way it's worded on the secret layer website kind of give you 2 different impressions, right? So it says here on the main Wizards website, you can find this daily MTG. It says, introducing the astrology lands. Secret Layer is showcasing our star signs in 2022 with the astrology lands. We'll make a new astrological drop available to pre-order every month at the Secret Layer website. Each drop celebrates a specific astrological sign and will release them according to the corresponding calendar month. Once each drop shows up on the site, it'll stick around for the rest of the year. They'll first be available for pre-order, then they'll be available to purchase at a later date while supplies last. If we sell out of any of the astrology land drops before December 23rd, 2022, we'll print more to restock, and you'll be able to sign up to be notified when more are available. Check your star chart and get ready for a full year of astounding basic land in Secret Layers, the astrology lands. So that's the announcement that they made on their website. And there is a bit to unpack here. First of all, and most prominently to me, is the fact that they're intending this sequence of 12 secret layers, but in a very disproportionate sort of way. So what happens is you have this Capricorn secret layer, it gets released, and under normal circumstances, what Wizards would do is they would tell us about all of these secret layers. They would go, here's the price for each one individually, here's to buy it in a bundle, and you either have a weekend, a week, or a month to buy these. It's always a time-limited window. But this one is very different because the Capricorn will go on sale to begin with in, like, basically, like, by the end of this month or something like that. Like, it's coming soon. And then they're going to leave it on sale for the rest of the year. And then when next month's astrology secret layer comes out, that one stays on sale for the rest of the year. And then progressively we go along that chain. But I mean, if you sit down and do the math, it becomes readily apparent very, very quickly that not all secret layers are going to be born equal. If your birth sign happens to be the 11th one that they've chosen, and they're only going to make these available until the end of the year, well, look at that. You get 12 months to buy the Capricorn one. But if you want the 10th or 11th or whatever, now you've got 2 or 3 months tops. So it's a very, very weird choice in that regard. And on top of that, we have another layer of strangeness when you see the term while supplies last. While supplies last, as far as I'm concerned, is not a concept that should be applied to secret lairs, because up until now, secret lairs were you have this long to order them and you can order as many as you want. Sure, they put caps on them and said you can only buy 30, you can only buy 20, but people have multiple credit cards. There's ways around that. And either way, you can buy a whole bunch of them, however many you want. Wizards will just make them and send them. But that's not what's going on this time. It's actually a little more apparent when you go over to the actual Secret Lair website and you scroll all the way down to the content section. You will find a little disclaimer that says, this product is not timed boxed to demand. Pre-orders are only available for stock we have committed to print. Order for this product are only available for printed stock. We will reprint as necessary within 2022. So this is the first not timed boxed to demand from Wizards of the Coast. This is essentially, as far as I'm concerned, like every other Wizards of the Coast product, but it's just called a Secret Lair. Because all other Wizards products, they go ahead, they try and figure out how much they should print, they print a bunch of it, make it available for sale, you can pre-order it if you want, and then based on how much sells, they decide if they're going to print more for sale. So this is the first time that we are seeing a Secret Lair product, and this is across 12 Secret Lairs, where you don't have the ability to get as much as you want. If there aren't enough available, you're out of luck. And if you go back to the Wizards website and take a look at that announcement we were talking about again, which ultimately I decided I was going to put it up on the screen anyway, so you'll be able to look at it while I'm talking about it. It makes it easier. So the idea is, if they sell out of any of the astrology land drops before December 23rd of 2022, then they're going to print more to restock, right? But like I said, that leads to a very have-not situation. The Capricorn lands have a full 12 months to sell out however many times and get reprinted however many times. If you're in the last months, like, okay, we get to December. They announce the December Secret Lair, whatever symbol it's going to be, whatever your astrological symbol is, they announce it for the last month of the year. What this means is that it all has to sell out within 23 days to get a reprint. You have less than a month to buy it. Like, it basically means that these astrological secret lairs are not going to be even across the board in terms of distribution out in the world. I don't know if this is Wizards of the Coast trying to find a way to have some extra copies of secret lairs for themselves afterwards when a product is left over. I don't know if this is a way to maybe limit how many secret lairs are getting out into the world. That one feels a little confusing to me because it feels like Wizards is really pushing to sell as much as they absolutely can. So for me, I genuinely don't understand why they don't just release all 12 at the beginning of the year and say for the rest of the year, all these astrological symbols are going to be available. I imagine part of it maybe has to be the hype. Come back each month, take a look at what the astrological symbol land is. I mean, from the perspective of a content creator, Wizards kind of drip feeding us this stuff across months will work out well in terms of content creation, but in terms of like consumer friendly choices, not so hot. And also in terms of not consumer friendly choices. Remember what I said about, oh, hey, are you a Capricorn? You only get swamps? Well, think about this as well. Each secret lair is only going to be one basic land. But Magic has 5 basic lands, and there are 12 months. Now, I don't know how good you are at math, but let me assure you, 5 does not evenly divide into 12. So you end up with a scenario where each land is going to get 2 secret lairs, and then 2 basic land types are going to get a 3rd secret lair, right? So they're going to pick 2 basic land types to print more secret lairs of. Now, the obvious choice to me, one of them, is pretty much guaranteed to be blue. Let's be real. That is a real easy choice for Wizards of the Coast. Islands are a big deal in Magic, right? So boom, there you go. The other one, though, is more open. What color might they go for? Would they go for green because green appeals to more noobs? Like, what exactly kind of strategy are they using in terms of determining what astrological symbol gets a particular land type? The whole umbrella of this secret lair is just fascinating to me. You'll note that at the end of 2021, in one of my videos, I talked specifically about predictions for 2022. And one of the predictions was the widening of the scope, the changing of the nature of secret lairs even further from what they were. And it's only 4 days into 2022, and I'm already being proven right by the fact that this secret lair already has a much different distribution method. And I will admit, I'm genuinely curious as to the reason underlying all of this. I don't know why you wouldn't want to make more variety of types of lands for people and why you wouldn't want to make them all available to begin with. Now, I know the answer has to be, when it comes to Wizards of the Coast, the answer to questions I don't understand almost have to be they think they're going to make more money. But I don't see how this will make them more money, right? So if you see it, if you're seeing something that I'm not seeing, then let me know in the comments below. Big thank you to all of my patrons. If you enjoy what I'm doing here, share my videos around because it helps the channel a lot. And I will see you, my friends, next time. I'm going to leave some Kamigawa spoiler videos up on the screen for you to enjoy.